Welcome to the fourth mini-lecture for Understanding the Social World. In the last mini-lecture, you were introduced to the three sociological paradigms we will be using throughout the course to examine our social world. Functionalism and conflict theory were described as viewing society through a wide-angled lens, and symbolic interactionism using a zoom lens. These are useful analogies for thinking about the kind of sociology these paradigms lend themselves to due to their level of depth. We can divide the paradigms we focus on in this course into two levels of depth that describe the aspects of the social world they capture. The broadest scale is the macro-sociological and the narrowest scale is the micro-sociological. Macro-sociology and its associated theories looks at large-scale social phenomena or entire social groupings. It might, for example, examine an aspect of the entire population of Australia. It is macro or large because it focuses on society as a whole and looks at the ways that our lives are affected by broad social forces. So while macro-sociology may look at individuals, it does so in relation to the broader society they are embedded in. As a top-down approach, macro-sociology emphasises large-scale structures like social stratification, social institutions, and the patterns of relationships between large social groups. Both functionalism and conflict theory are best understood as macro-sociological approaches within sociology, as they tend to view the world at its largest scale, the level of social structure. One attribute of macro-sociological paradigms like functionalism and conflict theory is that at their particular scale, there can be a loss of detail in favour of abstraction. The peculiarities, the nuances, the differences that make my life different from yours, which produce a social world populated by individuals, is understated, with priority given to the large-scale patterns that structure society. In contrast, micro-sociology and its associated theories looks at small-scale social phenomena and the interactions that occur between individuals. A micro-sociological perspective might examine the way individuals use slang vocabulary in a local area. It is micro or small because it focuses in on aspects of society or small groups and analyses everyday experiences and interactions. While micro-sociology may look at society as a whole, it does this from the perspective of individuals, relating their experience of the social world to the broader society. As a bottom-up approach, micro-sociology emphasises small-scale interactions and individual perceptions of phenomena. How we relate to one another and how we perceive one another in that relating are concerns of micro-sociology. Symbolic interactionism is just one micro-sociological approach in the field of sociology, viewing the world at its smallest scale, the level face-to-face interaction between individuals. Just as macro-sociology may forego detail in favour of the abstract, a micro-sociological approach may fail to capture the broader patterns that suffuse our lives if they fall outside its purview. Social structure that might play a powerful role in the configuration of human lives in general might, in particular instances, for particular individuals, hold little or no sway. The close-up detail of a micro-sociological approach gives priority to the way we produce meaning through interpersonal relations, with less interest in more abstract ideas like stratification, which may not enter into the way a person lives out their daily life. There is a third level of analysis in sociology, and this is the mesoscale, or mesosociology. While we aren't going to focus on this scale during understanding the social world, it is important to know that it exists in between macro and micro-sociological perspectives. Meso-sociological perspectives are concerned with intermediate social phenomena between the whole society and its structure and the immediate world of individual agency. Meso-sociological perspectives might study prisons or hospitals or business organisations. These are larger social institutions than, say, a particular family unit, which may be a focus of micro-sociology, but smaller than whole societies, which would be a focus of macro-sociology. In practice, sociologists often look from the macro to the micro-sociological and back again. It is useful to put small-scale, everyday interactions in the context of the whole society to maintain a sense of perspective. It is also valuable to do the reverse, comparing whole-of-society analyses to the everyday lives of individuals. In this way, the critique that is levelled at functionalism and conflict theory, that they prioritise social structure to the loss of small-scale details, and the critique levelled at symbolic interactionism, that it prioritises individual agency to the loss of broad-scale patterns, can be addressed. We, as sociologists, can then come to see how social structures do not hold quite so much sway over our individual lives as we may sometimes think, and how individual lives are perhaps more beholden to certain social forces than we might imagine. Understanding how society can be viewed at multiple levels with varying degrees of abstraction means that you, as sociologists in training, will know which sociological paradigm to use when examining particular aspects of the social world.